So I'm back down to my hangar. I'm going to do a couple of things because it gets dark so early now. Even by the time I get off work, there's not really much light left enough to do anything because the sun sets so early. So I'm back down in the hangar. I'm going to, I gotta organize in here. It is such a disaster. I gotta clean and organize the stuff. I want to get the new motor put together. Had some things come up this weekend and I wasn't able to get the engine out of the FireTurd. So I want to get some stuff done towards the new motor so that the new motor is ready to stab right in as soon as I pull the old motor out, and then I can tear the old motor down, hopefully on a day where the weather isn't so good. Maybe bring it down here, work in a spot down here, clean up an area where I can get it in here on the stand and do a good video of it, the tear down on it. I'd like to have the FireTurd up and running before heavy winter hits here in Colorado, and then jump back on Project Blue chip, get the firewall done on it and painted so that I can put the front subframe back underneath it. But I'm not sure. I might just primer it first because I'm thinking I might try and build a subframe. Once I bolt this back onto the car, I'm thinking I might try and build a full chassis coming back off of that, maybe. So I can basically have a back half, but it'll be all on one chassis. And then I can cut the floor out. Maybe, I don't know. I still got a lot of stuff to figure out on blue chip since it's not a big rush. Now, I will say that I started working at the Colorado Springs Airport as an equipment operator, and what I'm doing is field maintenance. So we run the mowers and the snow plows and the brooms and the snow blowers and just all the stuff. We mow the grass, pick up the weeds, pick up trash, take care of the sprinkler systems around the, run street sweepers, just all that stuff. And I've heard what the plan is next year on the airfield, which I'm not sure about because I'm the new guy, is that they're going to they're going to grind all of the pavement out of 3-5 left, 1-7 right, which is the runway they do the airstrip attack on. So I don't know how that's going to play into the airstrip attack next year, but I'm thinking they might not have the airstrip attack in Colorado Springs next year because they're going to be tearing that runway out and then redoing that entire runway. That's a pretty big project, so not sure, but I want to get on Project Blue chip because I want to do half-mile racing with this car, and I want to do things like Rocky Mountain Race Week and some other stuff like that with this car. Or maybe the FireTurd. I don't know. Maybe the FireTurd, once I get it up and running and it's running really good, maybe I'll just turn around and sell it so I can focus on Project Blue chip. But today what I'm going to do, I took the door off of my auto body stand thing. I already know that I have a hole in the oil pan on FireTurd. So I went ahead and already purchased a new F-body oil pan and the oil pickup tube. I'm pretty sure the windage tray underneath is going to be okay because you have to cut off that front part because it won't fit in here with the F-body pan. That whole front section's gone. So I'm pretty sure my windows tray will be okay. If not, I'll just cut the one that's in the motor, the Gen 453 that I've got in the driveway at home on the engine stand. But before this oil pan gets all dirty, I have some Pontiac Blue engine enamel. And so I want to paint the outside Pontiac Blue so that I have a motor that looks like it's supposed to in the Trans Am. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically just put in a little bit today. I think what I want to do is I want to wipe this down with acetone, get it prepped up. I think the surface it's almost like a bead blasted surface. So I just want to make sure all the oils and stuff are off of it. Want to clean it up with some acetone and then just go ahead and spray it Pontiac Blue. And then I have the cylinder heads that I've been polishing. Those are in the back of the van because I haven't done anything with them so far. But I need to take the cylinder heads off of the engine in the driveway because I need to gap the rings on the pistons so that they can take the boost. And I bought a set of ARP Pro, the Pro rod bolts for the cracked rods for the LS1 style. So I'm going to take that engine down. I'm going to gap the rings, clean everything up inside. I'm going to put the ARP bolts in it. And I have a new set of bearings for rods and journals. So I'm thinking I'm going to throw those in there. I'm thinking I'll throw the new oil pump on that motor, the one that I modded for the higher pressure. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pretty much go through that motor and make sure everything's okay. And then I've got the dual valve springs to put on the cylinder heads for the tick polluter stage 3 camshaft, which I'm thinking I'm going to give a try. And so I think those springs are good for 660 lift. So I need to get the heads finished, ported, and polished, get the dual valve springs put on those heads, and then yeah, then I think they'll flow good. I'll have the high lift springs. I'll have gapped the rings for boost. I'll put in the ARP rod bolts. It'll have new bearings on the lower end. And because I have a cam bearing tool, I might just go ahead and change the cam bearings at the same time. That way the entire engine is fresh cam bearings. Fresh bearings throughout the whole dang thing. And then I'll have new oil pump, new bearings, like new camshaft, gapped rings, ported and polished heads with the dual valve springs. So it should turn out pretty nice. So anyways, I just want to kind of color coordinate the thing, get it cleaned up. So I'll use my microfiber rag and some acetone, and I'll wipe this all down. And then I think I might have a new oil filter to screw on there. And then that way I don't paint anything inside. Looks pretty good, I think. Got the backside. Started to run a little bit in there. You can see it. But it's not horrible. It's just an engine. It's just gonna get dirty. Scraped up, dirty, whatever. Kind of a little textury, like the instead of being smooth, it's kind of textured like the oil pan was, with looks almost like a bead blasting finish. So I don't know, I mean, I can probably lay it on thicker, but I don't know that I want to. I think that's going to be good enough. I mean, heck, from a foot away, looks pretty good from a foot away. And literally, that's like a foot away. So, you know, if you're laying on your back underneath the car, yeah, it'll still look good. So there's the oil pan for the new setup. I know everything I'm doing right now is not exciting, really. So I gotta get some projects done. That way we can go out and have fun with them. Even if it's just that they're running and I keep working on them, like the FireTurd, you know, run, break, run, break, run, break. We'll see how it goes. Like, subscribe, share. Have a good one. Till the next video, I'm out.